Iniesta is the only player in history to be.
I want to read out possibly the most depressing Wikipedia entry I've ever come across, Lumen. Ready? Andres
Oh,
Iniesta is a Spanish former professional footballer who played as a midfielder. He has finally, at the age of 40, left the beautiful game. Possibly the most beautiful footballer. I don't know. You tell me.
an absolutely incredible player. I mean, I don't know where to start, but it tells us a lot about our age, where we're talking about certain players that gave us a lot of joy. And Pep Guardiola's Barcelona was must-watch television. It was absolutely must-watch television. The beauty of that football was just something else. And Iniesta was a big part of it. I went to see Barcelona play Athletic Bilbao back in 2012 with a couple of mates to specifically see Messi play live. But after the game, it was all about Iniesta because he was the guy on the pitch. I read on a forum afterwards, someone wrote, people go to Barcelona to watch Messi play, but they come out talking about Iniesta. And that's exactly what
Wow.
it was. Touch, his control, his poise, everything. The closest player to Andres Iniesta is Zidane in terms of playing on that left central midfield, dribbling style. But more importantly, both of them, you remember them for turning up in the biggest moments. Ronaldo, Messi, these guys, you remember them for the game in, game out brilliance, but you don't remember them so much for like, wow, this was the one game where they did something. Zidane, World Cup final, scores a couple of headers. Another World Cup final, chips a penalty. Then Champions League final, he scores an all-time volley. But then Iniesta's got the same volume of outstanding moments, and whether
Yeah.
it's the famous goal against Chelsea or the World Cup final goal, but Iniesta is the only player in history to be man of the match in a World Cup final, in a European Championship final, and in a Champions League final. Player of the tournament in 2012. So I would put him up there on a par with Zidane, if not slightly higher. And some people might be like, "Oh, you might be going a bit overboard." But it also got me thinking about, we have this tendency to really look at players beyond their skill level and look at their personality and give them a couple of extra points for that. So
Yeah.
if you're a Paul Gascoigne, or if you're a George Best, or a Maradona, or a Zidane with that kind of personality, you always get
Yeah.
it. Whereas if you're a bit quieter like Iniesta, you don't get noticed a bit more. But if we're talking about pure football, Iniesta, what an incredible player, and up there as one of the best of all time.
Iniesta was understated almost his entire career, but you look at the medals, the trophies he's won, the titles the accolades he individually and team ones. It's just like, gosh, this guy was
Yeah.
pure football. And watching him on the pitch, I don't think, whilst I see the sort of comparisons with Zidane in his grace and the turns, I don't know if I've ever seen a player diminutive and he gets out of spaces I've never seen
Yep.
anyone get out of. Unbelievable, the tightness of where he used to play and operate and ask for the ball. And you're thinking, why are you going in there? Why? And then all of a sudden you pop it to him, in, he's round three players and he's gone. I've never seen anything like that sort of player. You see big number nines, you see that really strong holding midfielders, those massive brutes of centre backs. But I don't know what profile of player Andres Iniesta
Was a
is, right?
one-off.
He's just
A
he's a
one-off.
one-off.
Absolutely incredible, and gave so much joy just to watch him play.